Edgar Fahs Smith was an American scientist who was best known today for his interests in the history of chemistry. He served as provost of the University of Pennsylvania from 1911 to 1920, was deeply involved in the American Chemical Society and other organizations, and was awarded the Priestley Medal in 1926. He accumulated a large collection of pictures, books, and papers related to the history of chemistry, which today forms the nucleus of the Edgar Fahs Smith Memorial Collection at the University of Pennsylvania. The collection was designated as a National Historic Chemical Landmark on March 16, 2000. Life and work. Edgar Fahs Smith was born in York, Pennsylvania on May 23, 1854, to Gibson Smith and Elizabeth Fahs. He was raised in the Moravian faith. His younger brother Alan John Smith was born in 1863. He attended York County Academy, a college preparatory school, from 1867 to 1872. Smith had planned to attend Yale University, but changed to Pennsylvania College at Gettysburg when he was given the opportunity to enter as a junior in 1872. Due to his advanced knowledge and education, he majored in chemistry and mineralogy with Samuel Philip Sadler. Smith earned his college degree from Pennsylvania College in 1874. He received his Ph.D. under Friedrich Wöhler at the University of Göttingen in 1876. Smith then returned to the United States and married Margie Alice Gruhl in 1876. In 1876, Fahs was appointed Associate Professor of Analytical Chemistry at the University of Pennsylvania, where he taught for 5 years. He then took 2 short-term appointments in Allentown, Pennsylvania and Springfield, Ohio. He returned to the University of Pennsylvania as Professor of Analytical Chemistry in 1888, and succeeded Sadler as head of the chemistry department in 1892. He also became director of the John Harrison Laboratory, which was created at the University of Pennsylvania in 1894. He was associated with the university as a professor of chemistry, as vice provost and then as provost. Smith was an active advocate for the education of women, accepting and mentoring women students, and working to open both graduate and undergraduate programs to women. He was also the founder of the Pennsylvania Iota chapter of the Phi Kappa Psi fraternity at Penn. He retired from the university in 1920. Edgar Fahs Smith used what he called historical chemistry in his work as a teacher, to remind chemistry students of the humanistic side of science and to counter what he saw as an overly commercial approach to scientific training. He chose to emphasize the moral aspects of the work, rather than focusing solely on the development of skilled technicians. He also wrote extensively on the history of chemistry. Smith's scientific research focused on the fields of electrochemistry, the determination of atomic weights, and research on rare earth elements. Smith was a pioneer in the field of electrochemistry, discovering the use of electric current for the separation of metals and minerals, and published a number of works on chemistry. His research with metals centered on tungsten, which has a wide variety of industrial uses. Smith was a co-founder of the American Chemical Society's History of Chemistry division. He served 3 times as president of the American Chemical Society and was president of the American Philosophical Society and the History of Science Society. In 1898, Smith was elected to the National Academy of Sciences. He was awarded the Priestley Medal in 1926. Smith died in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on May 3, 1928. In York, PA, USA, there was a middle school named after him above the York Fairgrounds located at 701 Texas Avenue called Edgar Fahs Middle School. Although after a lack of achievements in AMP school process, it closed in 2010 and AMP, the students were forced to attend other local middle school. During his lifetime, Smith accumulated an international collection of approximately 3,000 printed books and 600 manuscripts, along with antique furniture, portraits of chemists and other memorabilia. After his death, his widow, Margie A. Smith, donated his collection, with an endowment, to the University of Pennsylvania. The Edgar Fahs Smith Memorial Collection in the History of Chemistry opened on March 1, 1931, and was initially curated by Smith's former secretary, Eva Armstrong. Since its creation, the collection has grown to 15,000 books, manuscripts and pamphlets dealing with the history of chemistry and related sciences and technologies. The collection was designated as a National Historic Chemical Landmark on March 16, 2000. Books: Electrochemical Analysis, Chemistry of the Carbon Compounds. Experiments arranged for students in general chemistry, Theories of Chemistry, Chemistry in America, Atomic Weights, The Life of Robert Hare, James Woodhouse, a pioneer in chemistry, 1770–1809 at archive.org, Chemistry in Old Philadelphia, James Cutbish, Priestley in America. He translated Victor von Richter's A Textbook of Inorganic Chemistry.